Nathan, welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you're new here. So today we're going to be playing with the new Sonia G brushes. She came out with an all cream product, like all these are good for creams, which I have been waiting for her to like come out with these. I was so excited because I feel like this is the year of like this, and last year it's like year of creams. I feel like we still haven't moved on in like 2020. It still feels like that, but I'm just like, I wanted new cream brushes, so I am super over the moon about these. We are going to be playing with them as well as just doing a kind of an life update because, you know, obviously things are changing in my life. So I get into a little bit of that stuff, but yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button and let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, so like Sunday morning, we have a friend's birthday party to go to, and I definitely like woke up the one time I was like, I'm not gonna set an alarm this weekend, because I usually do, because I don't like wasting like too much time sleeping on the weekends anymore. I'm just like, I'm enjoying this quiet time while I can. Now I'm like, okay, that like 8. So we are going to get started, but yeah, let's go ahead and open up these brushes. You guys know Sonia G is definitely like my favorite out of high-end brushes, and not like I've really tried a lot. More so because it just like every time she came out with ones, I was just like, no, hers are worth it to me. I have a few like Wayne Goss brushes, like, you know, like I have like Marc Jacobs stuff like that, but like in terms of like higher end brushes, I would say like she's definitely the one where I'm always impressed. I'm always happy. I always feel like I invested in something that's going to last me years, which is why I always go back to hers, because I'm just like, to me, like I've talked about before, brushes are an experience that you get to use over and over again. Yes, they're pricey, but again, they're not going to expire as long as you take care of them. Like, they will last you years. I still have cheap brushes that I'm like, I need to throw away. I'm like, no, I can keep that for something. And then I'm like, I have a plethora of brushes that I just don't even use. I felt like when I first got into makeup, everything was like, Morphe brushes are amazing. And now I'm just like, once you go to these, you can't go back. Like I do for colorful looks, because I don't like to get my like nice brushes like full of like, you know, neon colors type things. But for the most part, Sonia G's are like, I could be happy just using hers every day. You know, I wouldn't really want any more. So I am so happy she came out with creams, because believe me, I have been, if you guys are on my channel, I've been complaining about, I'm like, when is she gonna come out with some cream brushes? Because, you know, I like the baby set, but like, you know, they're so tiny that I don't reach for them a lot of the time, because I kind of forget that they're there. They kind of blend in and sit lower. So she came out with there were a set of 5. They are on Beautylish, and they are pricey, but like I said, I think they are worth it if you are looking for high-end brushes. Yeah, I would say the only other ones that are my favorite, I do love these ones from Wayne Goss. They're very, very soft, like the little broomstick ones, and mostly because they remind me of Harry Potter, so that's a whole other thing. But I was excited that she came out with creams, because I'm so, even though there was a few of hers where she said you could use with creams, I got super worried about it, where I was just like, no, it's not worth it for me to try. I did get the set of 5. Obviously, you don't need to. The smaller ones, like, we're going to see how everything works today, and then we'll wash them. But part of the reason why, like, the smaller ones, I decided to go for it was because I was like, I could probably use this one as, like, an eyeshadow brush as an all-in-done color, which is what I do with a lot of cream products, more so than eyeshadows these days. So I probably won't be using, like, I could use this for a nose contour, but between the 2 smaller brushes, I don't have a lot of patience, so I would probably use this one for concealer, the little bit bigger, and then this one that's like more precise. This is the soft concealer. I will probably use for, you know, eyeshadows. I was about to say contouring my nose again. I was like, stop saying that you're going to do things you're not going to do. Like, I'm not going to do that. But yes, they are on there individually, so I'm going to get started. Because like I said, I gotta go soon. So I'm going to use this Peach Corrector. This is a medium shade from Charlotte Tilbury. If I don't put this on before my foundation, I forget every time, and it does make a big difference, especially these days. Things are happening. Then I'm just like, what is this? I love having my lashes done, but my gosh, I forgot how high maintenance they were. And I'm just like, I gotta go in and get them filled. And like, they're they're always just a lot more that I forget how much I'm just like, oh yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like we went to Mexico and like I was in the ocean and a wave crashed over and I was just like, my lashes. Like I got out of that water so fast. I was just like, oh no. Like we're not doing this anymore. I mean, I also just I don't like getting my head wet. I'm like a cat in the water. I'm just like, no, waist below. I don't do this. So we're gonna use this Glowish foundation and we're gonna use the base, is the jumbo base. So I would normally, like, I've been using my hands a lot more for foundation. Just because, and I'm just gonna do a light layer, like I said. We're going to a birthday party, and does anyone else feel like once you hit like 30s, I'm just like, what do you bring? Do you bring an actual like present? And I just decided to go with like some alcohol. I was like, what does one bring to these things? So it should be fun though. They're having a bunch of brunch food, so I'm really excited about that. Her brushes just feel so soft. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into like crazy detail with these, but I just feel like everyone has such a different experience with brushes. But my gosh, they're one where I don't feel bad recommending to anyone, where I'm like, oh, you'll be, you're not gonna really use it, or you're gonna be disappointed with the quality. I've had some of my Sonia G nails for years. It's been years, and I'm like, they're still all in great quality. Like I said, that's all I'm gonna do because I don't need to do a lot of foundation today. It's Sunday, we're gonna breathe. So next up, we will use concealer. So these are the two tinier brushes. You have the soft concealer here, and then on the other side we have the jumbo concealer. So for my patience level, we're gonna go with the jumbo concealer. We're gonna use the Pepograph Labs. I'm actually gonna let it dry for a second. But yeah, a lot of you guys are asking how I'm feeling, and overwhelmed. I guess it's really cool. She did start kicking, so like only at night though. It's the only time I can really feel her. But I think I get so nervous to talk about stuff on the internet because I think people take it the wrong way. And like, I am so excited for this baby. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited to meet her and see what she's like and what she looks like and just all of it. But I don't want to be pregnant again. Like, I am very much just like, I miss my body and what my body felt like before. And now I don't know this new body. Like, it's also hard because like I'm a personal trainer. I'm still working and I'm just like, it's all changed, and just trying to put on, like, I'm just like, it's gonna be fine. When in reality, I'm just like, oh, like, I don't know. And every day is a surprise, you wake up and you're like, oh, where did these veins come from? What is happening? Like, no one's explaining this to me, and I'm just supposed to be okay with, like, all of this? Like, what? Excuse me? And just like, do you have amnesia after you have the first? And you're like, I'll have another, or another, and another. Because I'm just like, I'm not, nope, I think one's good. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey where I'm just like, I think we're good with one. I don't think, unless like I said, you have amnesia after. I'm like, I miss being able to move. Like a little bit there, so I'm just gonna cover that. I have to, like, I'm trying to take it a little bit easier at the gym. Obviously, if I don't work out, I'm like a monster. I've never had a hard time like controlling emotions, like during my period and stuff like that. I was just never that person. Now, yeah, I have a really hard time controlling that. Like, unless I need to go lift and listen to heavy metal music, so I don't know how she's gonna turn out, but I'm like, that is just how I control not feeling great. But yeah, everything's fine though, right? She's healthy, we're good. Like I said, I'm so excited about everything, and then it's just overwhelming. People keep asking questions, and I'm like, I don't know, we haven't thought about any of these things. Like, I need to figure out, like, my shower, and, like, my sisters and my mom and everyone's helping. My mother, like, everyone's helping plan it, but they're like, well, what colors do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean, what colors? Like, they're like, yeah, what colors, like, on the invitation, that way people know what color to get. I don't know her. I don't know what color she wants, like what she's gonna like. I don't care. As long as like, I just don't want princess stuff, you know? I'm like, I never knew that was a thing. I've never gotten an invitation and thought like, oh, this is the colors I'm supposed to get them for their gifts. So I'm like, I'll just get them whatever's on the registry. Like, you know, just stuff like that where I'm just like, huh, what? So that kind of stuff, I realize like time's going by and I'm just like, oh my gosh, we need to order things and get things started and moving. And I'm just, it's a lot. I mean, I'm happy things are moving. Believe me, time cannot go by faster. It is over 100 now every day. And I'm just like, oh, I feel it. So that is my update though. Things are great. We're both like super excited. It's just, I just miss feeling like me. I feel a little bit like, you know, it can just feel a little bit more isolating than I think anyone talks about is the big thing. It's like, I feel like going to happy hours, going on vacation and just feeling very like, oh, you guys are gonna go smoke cigars. I can't be anywhere near that. Or like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, oh, bottomless mimosas. I will go sip on my water, you know? It's all fine. And I keep just being like, it's temporary, but I'm so used to being like that person that's just like, no, I do what I want to do, you know? And I'm like, no, you cannot do that. All right, so next we're gonna go in with the shade Truffle. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. And I'm gonna use the mini base to blend this out. So I feel like I'm getting used out of all these brushes and like the next one could be, yeah, I'm excited. I think this is worth it. Obviously you don't need to buy all of them. You can buy one and just see if you like it, but I'm excited. Synthetic brushes do the job. You can use those. Like I said, for me, it's like a special like treat to be able to like use that. My throat is so dry. I'm sorry if I'm making noises over here. So a lot of people say that these are dry. I don't really find them drying. I am fine with it. Like I said, this is the shade Truffle. It goes on super dark. I still really want to try the Mario Sculpt. But, you know, do I need it if I have these open right now? Not really. So I'm trying to like wait for like the sale. I wonder if Sephora's gonna do, you know how before it was like sales twice a year, and then I felt like they kind of started doing them again in like August and giving us like a third little perk. And I think with the year we've had, I'm like, we deserve it. Like the last year and a half, you know? So I'm like hoping that they'll still do that. So I'm kind of waiting to buy more products. But if you guys have tried it, there's been so much new makeup that's come out that I'm just like, I want to try, but I don't want to buy right now. What are the other ones? There's Say just came out with like a new cream bronzer. And then what are some other ones that came out? Oh, has anyone tried the Refi brow products? I want to try those, but I'm kind of like, I felt like they were like a big thing. I don't know who the owner is. I don't know anything about her. I mean, I know she has nice brows because I looked it up, but other than that, it's not someone who I knew. It's another influencer brand. But the reviews on Sephora are not good, like by any means. And so I'm just kind of like, do I want to buy those? And I'm just kind of pressing this in. I don't want to swipe too much. I'm going to layer a cream bronzer over it, but everything is blending perfectly. I always find out of all the brushes, it's hard to find ones that blend out contour for some reason. It could just be me, but I'm always just like looking for a new brush where I'm just like, ooh. Like I do like the Huda Beauty brush that's like dual ended, but you guys don't see me use it a lot because it's in my bathroom. I don't like dual ended brushes because I feel like they get so dirty. I don't know how to store them. Like, do you take the space and like store them long ways? Because I feel gross. Like, how often do you clean the bottom of your containers? Because I don't. I'm just asking, okay? I do feel like I'm a little bit more, like just go in a little bit with whatever's left on the brush for foundation, just because I'm a little more red around my nose than I realized until I saw it up close. All right, so we are gonna go in with the Fenty cream bronzer, because I haven't used this one in a while. This is the shade Teddy. But yeah, let me know what new makeup have you guys tried, and what are you liking, what are you not liking? Because like I said, I don't feel like there's been like Like there's been so many new releases and I'm trying to just like slow it down, you know? I brought the stuff I wanted and I'm just kind of like, you need a break. You can't keep buying stuff like this. All right, and this is, in case I said it, this is the classic base. So it's like the second biggest one compared to the foundation one. The foundation one is a tiny bit angled, so you guys can see the difference, and this one's a little bit smaller. So this is for my face shape, but I could definitely go in with a bronzer if I was in a hurry. I could use the jumbo one for sure. I am in a hurry, but I want to use all the brushes, so I am. Yeah, if you guys have any tips, tricks, pregnancy-wise, you know, my lower pelvis feels like it's just being torn apart slowly every day. And I'm just kind of like, I looked at those belts, but I mean, I wear tank tops to work. It's 110 out. Like, I'm just kind of like, it's not supposed to go against your skin, but then I feel awkward wearing it on the outside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's where I am about everything right now. I'm like, stop asking me. I don't know anything. And I'm just confused about everything. It's all gonna be fine. My chairs came in from CB2 to like put in my bedroom. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for those for like 5 months and I'm just like, finally. So we'll do the nose because I kind of want to. I just want to see. So I'm not gonna go directly in. I'm going to take the end of this. I'm just gonna kind of, I don't like this. I barely do a nose contour because I feel like my nose is so freckled. And I have a pretty slim nose. Like it goes out far, but it's pretty slim from the front. So I don't generally feel the need to. But yeah, I'm really interested if you guys have tried the Refi, yeah. If you guys have tried the brow products, please let me know. I still really want to try Glossier Boy Brow. Yeah, I think it's called Boy Brow. I still want to try their products. I've been loving my Charlotte Tilbury pencil though. All right, for blush, I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty in Bliss. And I usually will just blend this out with the finger. I am gonna use a brush stick because that's what, you know, we're here to test out. But I mean, no surprise, like it's not like I really need to go into that much detail because I'm like, yeah, it's as good as I thought they were gonna be. Like, they're worth it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I said, I don't really recommend a lot of things because I'm just so scared, but I do recommend these brushes, or at least picking up one or two. I love her. The blue eye set is definitely my favorite because it's a little bit more hooded eye friendly. So if you have that issue, because like my eyes are getting very crinkly, so at least the lashes kind of cover them up now. There's that. But yeah, you can definitely use a brush for this, but I usually use my fingers to tap out cream blush products. And then we're gonna go on with Lisa Eldridge. I'm still loving this highlight. I didn't wear a lot of makeup in Mexico, but I was like, let's just put on a highlight. Even over sunscreen, I'm like, if I have something, it makes me feel better. So this is the shade Crystal Nebula. I'm just gonna dot it. That was a big dot. I always end up going in. I love the giant doe foot, but I will say, like, I tend to go in with too much with the giant doe foot. So that's just something to be aware of if you're like me. Yeah, what are you guys into? Name me shows, name me whatever. I am so bored. That's the other part of this. I'm just like, pregnancy is somewhat boring because all I want to do is sit, but I'm out of shows. I started reading Shadow and Bone, which was good, but like, I think I've told you guys, I read it as a family. Like, we kind of like, me and my sisters and my mom read books together. So they're deciding if they want to read it. And I'm like, I cannot wait that much longer. I don't have much to do. Other than work, I'm like, yeah, I sit on the couch. No wonder why women gain so much weight while they're pregnant. I'm like, there's nothing else to do other than look forward to food. That's just the truth. I am going to grab a little bit of this Jaclyn Hill powder blush just because I want to. This was the one product where I felt like I was a little bit disappointed was with the cream. So I kind of want to just use it to, why not? The rest of my face can be cream. But this is the shade Loverboy. I'm just going to layer it. But I don't know, I thought this was going to be a little bit more special for what it was, and I didn't love it. Like, it's cute, but it's not something I would really be like, let me pay $30 for. I do feel like that intensified it. So I'm trying to figure out if there's better ways to use it, but I haven't really used it since I've reviewed it, since we went on the trip, you know? But yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more like luminous, and it's just not. All right, I gotta get going in a minute. So very fast, I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta palette. I'm gonna go in with the cream. I just want a little bit of color on my face. Like I said, once I have my lashes done, I don't feel like I want to go in with a whole lot of, like, it just cuts down the time because I don't feel like I need to do a whole eye look. I just like to throw a shade in the crease. And we're gonna use the soft concealer for that, just to see if this works well as an eyeshadow brush. So I mean, it's a little bit bigger than what you would normally use, but like I said, because I just like to do one shade kind of smoked out, the shape of it is actually perfect for that. And I don't have like big eyes. So I'm just taking that lighter brown shade. I'm still loving this palette. It's the only one I took on my trip. And yes, it's definitely dupeable and you probably have it in your collection. But quality wise, I'm very happy with it. I don't regret the purchase. What do you guys like? I'm too scared to talk about my pregnancy too much on my channel because I want people to like, I didn't love it. I kind of stopped watching a lot of content when I was trying to get pregnant because I was just like, that's depressing to me. So I don't know how much to talk about it and how much not to, or what you guys want to see. So please let me know down below. A lot of you guys asked, so I was like, you know what, I'll do an updated video. I just don't want anyone to ever feel bad or, you know, like I'm throwing it in their face type thing. So just kind of let me know what you guys think down below. I would love to hear it. This is really all I want to do with my eyes. Like I said, I just want to add a little bit of dimension in there. Obviously I won't use this for underneath. Like this is, woo! I didn't mean to, Sonia. This is going to be too big to like blend anything out. So I'm going to take that same shade on a different Sonia G brush. This is the Pencil Pro. And I think I want just like a little bit more intensity on the inner corner. I know I put that there, but I kind of want something more. So I'm going to actually go in with the whitest shade in here, like with the crystals. And I like to kind of bring it out a little bit, drag it underneath. We just watched that Disney movie Luca, and that's okay. I thought it was gonna be a little bit better. I was a little bit disappointed in it. And then, gosh, what other movies have we watched? It feels like there just hasn't. We saw The Conjuring, and it was better than The Nun, okay? But the first and second Conjuring were just so much better. All right, for lips, I'm gonna use this AI color from the Carly Bible collection. And then we're gonna go in with the Lisa Eldridge shade Dance Card. I am obsessed with this one. Like this and the highlight were my favorites. But gosh, these feel so nice on your lips, nice and smooth, especially for the summertime when like everything just feels dry. So I am very happy about that. All right, guys, I am all done. I ended up going to brunch because I was so late. I was like, okay, come back. It was good. They had many of croissants and very good brunch food. So anyways, overall though, I mean, I will do a much more like, let me know what kind of makeup looks you guys want to see. I'm kind of boring now. I just do very natural makeup. Not to say like there's sometimes where I'm just like, oh, I need to play with color. Like I feel like next video I'm like, we gotta play with some color. So if you have any, you know, anything you want to see, let me know in the comments down below what colors you want me to use. But I am kind of like, I'm like, oh, I want some yellows and oranges and just color in general. I've just been living in this easy breezy, look like you're put together type looks. So, but the brushes, I mean, they did not disappoint. I didn't think they would. So I was like, I'm happy with them. I will say if I was gonna recommend, like if you don't want to buy the full set and you're just like, what brush do I buy? My favorite brush, I think from Sonia G, like I said, the eye brushes are great. This one for powder bronzer is my favorite. It's the Inoche Pro. And then I would say like out of the new ones, I think I would probably go with the jumbo base, because I think size-wise, like this one, it's not, I have a fairly small face. It's not like I have a big, I'm not working up a lot, okay? So I think that like, you could use this for, you know, for your foundation, also for cream products, like also cream bronzer, cream blush. Like it's not, even though it's called like the jumbo, it's not so big to where I feel like, you know, you would get way too crazy with product. So I think if I was going to recommend one, I would say start with this one, and then you'll probably be like me, that's like you're hooked and then you want to buy the rest type thing. But I would say this one's probably my most versatile out of the bunch. Oh, also this one, but I just feel like this one's a little bit small. I don't think I would want to use foundation for it and like sit there and blend forever. Whereas this one I feel like I could use for like bronzer, blush, and foundation. So by no means, like, I'll be using all these brushes for sure. Like I have zero complaints about any of this stuff. I just keep them like, ooh, just keep changing the handles. I like that. I kind of wish you would have maybe done that on these. Just so that I don't reach for like my other ones on accident type thing. I'm just very much like easy distinguishable items in general. You guys know that about makeup too. I'm always like, I would like the color on the bottom. Like, God, give me a sticker or something. So, and two, I just love the design of these. They always feel so high end and luxurious, but they are like more like the original tone. So I'm like, I wouldn't mind if they, you know, if she had changed the handles, because like my blue ones I think are so pretty, but that's just like a minor thing. It's just more because I'm like, they're beautiful. What other colors do you have? But yeah, that is pretty much it. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Did you guys pick up any of these? What is your favorite brush in general? I would love to know. Obviously I have a brush problem. So yeah, I'd love to hear it. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out. Please give me any advice you have down below. And also any show and movie recommendations would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so that is it for me. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Bye guys.